Welcome to D2 Electro and Magnetic Fields, Part 1, a new subtheme. We will get started with some of the fundamentals, specifically the direction and transfer of electric charge. We will see the law of the conservation of electric charge and also how charges can be transferred. Let's get started. I don't believe there will be any formula related for D2 in this particular video. We're going to get started just with the general theory. We will probably see this constant relating to how to quantify electric charge. And let's get started. Electric charge, we have two types, positive and negative. From previous knowledge, you may know that opposite charges attract. So electron will be attracted to a proton, electron being negative, a proton being positive, and like charges repel. Electric charges are a fundamental property of matter. Also, there's a fundamental charge. There's the smallest possible charge, which is the electron or the proton. That is the fundamental electric charge E. Proton, again, as we said, was positive, electron being negative. And all charge in the universe is really going to be a multiple of the value of the electric charge of a proton or an electron. The proton and the electron are defined to have the electric charge of 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. That's a constant given to you in the, right, as I highlighted it, it's given to you in the data booklet with the constants. Coulomb relates to amperes and voltage, ideas that we'll look at in subsequent videos of this subtheme. For now, you have to recognize that electrons and protons have equal charge measured by coulombs, specifically 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. And all charge in the universe needs to be a multiple of that constant. Right? What about the law of the conservation of electric charge? So electric charges follow the laws of conservation. In other words, within an isolated system, the electric charge will remain constant. You cannot create or destroy charge within an isolated system or at all. You could transfer charges between systems, between objects. How do we transfer charge? One way that you might know is friction. You probably have already experienced that transfer of electric charge. For example, if I were to take a balloon and rub it against my hair, what would happen? Well, the charge in my hair, the electrons in my hair would likely transfer to the balloon. The balloon, therefore, will become more negatively charged. My hair, which lost electrons, will become more positively charged. That is the transfer of charge via friction. Via grounding and constant, those are similar methods. If you bring a charged object in contact with another object of a different charge, the charges between the objects will transfer in order to balance out the charge of one object with the other. If we're dealing with the ground, right, if we attach a charged object to the ground, let's say a negatively charged object to the ground, what would happen? The object with excess electrons would try to repel those electrons into the ground, and the ground really has an infinite amount of charge that it could absorb or provide. And then we have electrostatic induction. It's explained here in words. You could review it and read it on your own. I want to look at a diagram which is going to illustrate the concept. I think this will be a little bit easier for the video. So what is electrostatic induction? Let's say we take a negative charge and I bring it close to this metal rod over here. What's going to happen? The electrons on one side of the rod, on the closer side of the rod, will move to the opposite side to flee that negative charge that I am moving closer. And therefore, one side of the rod will have excess positive charge, will be positive. The other side will see those electrons making it more negative. So there'll be different charges on different sides of the rod. Now, let's say we do the same thing, but now we ground our rod into the ground. What will happen now? Well, not only will the charges, the electrons be repelled from one side to the other, now it will have an avenue to escape. It could escape into the ground, which it will do. If you sever that connection, what's going to happen? Well, many of the electrons have now left the rod, leaving it positively charged. And via electrostatic induction, we create a positively charged rod. This process is, as I said, explained on the side in text, which you could read on your own. I'll provide the slides as usual. And finally, when we're talking about the current, the direction of the current, by convention, we say that the current is flowing from positive to negative. So, in what direction is the current flowing? It's always it's going to be in the opposite direction as the electron flow by convention. So in the case of the electrons moving into the ground, the current, well, we would say the electric current is flowing from the ground into the metal rod. Now, a few questions to test some of these fundamental ideas. So first up, what is the correct value for the charge in an electron? I scroll up to the constants. I remind myself that the elementary charge is 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 is A equal to 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19. Well, here we have 10 to the negative 12 times millicoulombs. Milli is 10 to the negative 3. 10 to the negative 12 times 10 to the negative 3 is not equal to 10 to the negative 19. That's out. And the next one, we have 10 to the negative 13 microcoulombs. Micro, if you look at the metric list, where's my metric list? There we go. Micro is 10 to the negative 6. Ten to the negative 13 times 10 to the negative 6 gives us the 10 to the negative 19 that we need. That becomes our right answer. That's our correct answer. None of the other two shall work. And now, let's see if you can answer this on your own. It's really a review of the last process that we discussed, the induction. A charged rod approaches the sphere. The rod is negatively charged. It approaches a neutral sphere. A brief current flows between the sphere and the ground to which it is connected. So what's going to happen? The electrons are flowing from the sphere to the ground, and therefore electrons flow from sphere to ground, and the current flows in the opposite direction. So current, by convention, flows from ground to sphere in this case, right? Opposite direction of the electron movement. What type of charging process is this? We know induction. If the sphere initially has 0 net charge and gains a positive charge of 5 microcoulombs, after this process, how much charge did the ground gain? Well, what do we know? It must be true. Law of conservation of charge means that the ground must have gained negative 5 microcoulombs. How many electrons specifically were transferred? Well, if we transferred 5 microcoulombs, so that's going to be 5 microcoulombs. So it's 5 times 10 to the negative 6. See? And what do we have to divide by? Well, to see how many we're dividing by the fundamental charge of a electron, which we looked up and said was 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19. And let's see here. I will just divide this out on my calculator. Let me get it open. There we go. So we have 5. If you do it on your calculator, just make sure you get the same answer. Right, remember this should be a whole number. If the number 5 microcoulombs is correct, this should be a whole number. Because you could only transfer multiples of that fundamental charge, which is 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19. And when we do so, let me see, it should become, well, maybe there's a rounding. It might have been a rounding. Let me see. I did not actually get a whole number. Well, actually, no, I did. That's fine. All right, so we get approximately 3. I did get a whole number. So the answer comes out to 3.125 times 10 to the 13 electrons. Let me get this to my significant figures. We were using, there we go. Right, so it should be 3.1, right, so there will be 3.13 times 10 to the 13 in that in that charge transfer. Basic idea here is that you can only transfer multiples of that fundamental electric charge, which is given to you as a constant in your data booklet. So that brings us to the conclusion of this introductory video on electromagnetic fields. We looked at the different types of charges, how charges can be transferred, the law of conservation of electric charge, and the fundamental electric charge measured by 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. We will make some more progress in the next set of videos. I'll see everybody for part 2.